Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us right here on Amka Vibe Check. If you're just joining us right now, we are speaking about healthy fads and trends. And as you can see, we have changed the set. I'm standing, and like I said earlier, Chef Manga is here, and he's been killing us, you know, with smells from Smokies here. And I know it's 9:09 in the morning, and we've been trying to eat healthy. But here's the practical part of society, okay? Chef Manga is our example of you can get cravings, you can get those things that you really like, and you know what, you're eating healthy, you've been gymming, you need a cheat day, and hey, he's got you, okay? He's got you covered. I mean, he's your dude with the smocha. Cindy, Chef Manga.
Smocha, yeah.
I know Betty is side-eyeing both of us right now. He's like, mnonge nini, and I've just been telling you about healthy eating. You know, but I love the balance. You know, life is balanced, Betty. Cindy, let's much balance. Bombastic side-eye. Right, so before tuanze kuonja onja, hivi vyakula tamu tamu. Betty, we were saying something. Kuna hii healthy trend hata Chef Mango umeona, I'm sure.
Yes,
where people, you know, look amazing, but they're afraid of eating because they're afraid of losing the progress that they got from all the effort they had in the gym and eating healthy.
And maybe that's because we have not made healthy living a lifestyle. We want to eat healthy for a period to achieve a certain goal, and then we have arrived to Mefika, all right? Okay. So, but if we made it a lifestyle, then even the weight loss will be very gradual. Yeah. People will see you losing weight, but they will not think that you've been sick. You know, there's weight loss that somebody can think, actually they meet you and they ask you, Remy, have you been sick? Have you been unwell? Yeah. But there's a weight loss that slowly and slowly your friends keep saying, there's some change. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Can you let that in?
Like you're still with the...
Exactly. So if it is that gradual, then such things may not happen because you might not lose the gains as fast. But if it is very rapid, you know, wake up today, 1 week later, you have done whatever it is and you've lost weight and you want to look a certain way, then it can border onto eating disorders. And we have people who become anorexic. People now fear eating, you know, bulimic. They eat and they purge, or others simply have decided they're going to be on a liquid diet, which you might try to make healthy. But remember, we feed you liquids when you're inpatient and you have no ability to chew. Otherwise, if you can chew, please chew, because you need your gut integrity.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, got you. So Chef Manga, like I said, is a balance, yeah. So it's important, we eat healthy, yeah, najua hapa ni chapo, na smocha na kila kitu, yeah. So cheleze line up yako na venye ko popular.
Smocha is the in thing. And advantage of smocha, it's something like 10 minutes or 1 minute you have your dish. For example, like this, the smoky, just maybe if you don't have cooking oil, whichever cooking oil, if you don't want, you can just blanch it. And blanch it, just boil it for only 3 minutes, and then you eat it. Or you can blanch it and then you pan fry it for like a one minute.
Got you.
And and chapati ulipika jana usiku. Always try ulipika jana usiku.
Plan, eh?
Plan. Kata katikati.
When you umesonga breakfast, yeah.
Umesonga sana. Yeah. But even wheat is healthy, but depending on your diet, how you make your diet. Okay. And cheat days. Kuna cheat days ama cheat days tuachane nazo.
I want sustainability, not necessarily cheat days. I know people do it. Yeah. And then the other thing is the trends. When he said chapati is healthy, there are people who've taken it to heart that they can't eat any wheat. Unless a doctor or a nutritionist has told you have gluten intolerance, really just eat your gluten. Beware of how much you eat anyway. Yeah. But just eat your chapati.
Yeah. Because we demonize. Unajua tunapenda chapondondo.
Moja safi.
Sana.
I'm working boga. You eat chapondondo, people are just eating beans and chapati. 3 chapatis and a full plate of beans. No vegetables whatsoever.
Vegetables, kachumbari ama pilipili ni vegetable.
And but tunajaribu.
So ni kujaribu na kubalance. Si ndio? Sa kwa watu ambao hawajui ku-assemble smocha.
Yes.
Ama hawaelewi, I want you to explain it to us like a child.
Like a child.
Yeah, I know most people know, but for the sake of those who don't, bear with us. Okay, those ones of you who know, you're like, just get it together.
Maliza stories of the song,
hold on. patience. So
Right. So you can take, this is our chapati, and you'll pick a jana usiku. Yeah. Just
Chukwe specific. Nilipika jana usiku.
Jana usiku, unaona?
Yeah.
Itoi the moisture.
Yeah.
After that, you just take your
Unleavened
But
bread.
it's like-
Unleavened bread.
at a bread. You take your smoky. Some guys you can do 2, you can do 3, depending on your what you like. And ama nisema speed yako na njaa yako. And then after that,
lakini advisable ni moja.
Advisable ni moja, lakini sasa unajua kuna mafundi huku nje. So watu
Kuna mafundi?
mafundi
Sasa
huku
fundi
nje.
atakula smocha alafu aende kubeba mama.
Afundi unajua anachukua hizi kama 4 anazishikanisha. You see, like in high school, we used to take mkate and then you finish it. You become one
We
slice.
shall get into that.
After this,
But he's judging us. Well,
I am not
hakuna
judging.
mtu anajudge.
I come
No
in
judge.
peace.
You come in peace. And then it's simple. Like this one, just simple. It's just your onions, slice them, cubes them, and tomatoes and salt. Simple. Put them at the center.
if you too.
If it's simple like that. But ukitaka unasema yenye unataka. If you want chili, I've put a chili. Do you guys want chili? I put a little with chili.
A little bit of chili.
Chili kwa umbali kwa jirani,
Yes.
si ndio? Kwa jirani.
chili, yes.
Ama garnish, si ndio? Alafu
Yeah.
alafu best. Yeah. And because you are talking about healthy. Yes.
What is that you're adding?
This choma sausage. Choma sauce, sorry. Choma sauce. This is the best of the best in town. If you don't take smocha with this is the best.
Choma sauce that you're missing, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Look at that assembly of
I know it
food.
looks pretty,
It's pretty and it's
and I
nice.
stop there.
Then after that, it's simple like that. You put it here. This side, you bring it here. Simple like that. And then you close it.
If you too.
And then you take it.
Like a hot
you
dog,
tuko-
but like yeah.
But kwa TV, you can just cut this way.
Yeah.
Chukua our toothpick, example. Sorry for that. You put it aside like this. Then you take another one.
Do the same thing.
Do the same thing.
You close it up.
Yes. Guys don't like smoky because it has more fat.
And not just fat. You have to differentiate what kind of fat it has.
Yeah.
So this is trans fats, and trans fats are not really heart healthy. So when Chef Manga was actually saying, you can eat 3 or 4,
Yeah.
I'm just asking myself, after you eat 3 and 4, what is the other source of trans fat that you're going to eat? That's 1. 2, also it is pretty high in salt, sodium content. And so if you're trying to prevent high blood pressure, hypertension, and even maybe somebody who already has hypertension, then that wouldn't be a very wise decision to make. What's the amount of proteins in it? Very minimal. It's ultra processed food. So there is a lot of bad things that we can say about it. Actually, Chef Manga, and I would suggest this, maybe next time when we're making it, we can give varieties of the smocha. You need to find a name for it. Put maybe an egg, a boiled egg in it, for example.
But how many times can you possibly eat? Because you see, we are looking at cravings, okay? So mtu amekufanya hiki kitu. Ataki like
Comrade, what
like
tuseme comrade.
Comrade amekataa kuinama.
Yeah, ameona smocha is my go-to. Alafu pia umesikia like for some kids or like he said, for them to save money, this is like one of the things that they would just maybe go.
How much is one smoky and how much is one egg? Trust me, there's no saving being done there.
I know, but like just on the bare minimum. We're just speaking about bare minimum, not in a ideal sense in any way. For sure, it's not ideal to be honest. But for those who are used to it, how many times can you possibly take this?
Maybe if they took that, then they would consider that one meal, and the next one they try to change into something healthy. So you can't possibly say, for breakfast I'll take smocha, for lunch smocha,
Yeah.
You wake up. And also try and understand cravings. Where do cravings come from? If you're full, even if you like a particular food, you possibly cannot eat it. So cravings as a result of an unmet need. That is why you want something else that will fulfill that need very quick.
And the way we make them cute. And in a crave need.
Na crave sukari, na crave chocolate. No, it's an unmet need. So if that need was met, if you're full, even if you love chocolate, you look at it and on the first peak, you really can't because you feel like throwing up. But if you're hungry, you will eat 2 bars of chocolate and feel nothing about it and create a reason and a justification as to why you eat that.
So you basically have a deficiency.
of something.
Yeah.
And for the comrades, really, and I understand times are tough, but if I ate this for breakfast, and then maybe I made my chapatis at night, and I have 2 of them, I ate 1 for breakfast. At lunchtime, maybe niende tu nichukue mboga, ni karange, na nikule na hiyo chapati.
Uweke katikati.
Exactly, na jioni nichukue maharagwe, nikule na ile mboga ilikuwa imebaki. You know, it's going to be healthy in some sort.
Yeah.
And then that break time when the lecturer has decided breakfast was at 7, the lecturer is not there at 11 o'clock. Don't run for another mocha. Probably go for a fruit or go for your nuts. We can always make use with what we have in the best way possible. Because most young people also imagine that I am young, so I have all these years to do whatever I... until the magic 40 number hits, and then you realize you're not young anymore.
Our studio crew who are like Gen Z's behind are looking at you like, girl.
What atukule?
Ujana ni moshi.
Yeah, like that is to guys that they're just smiling. I wish we could just turn the camera to our guys. They're really young.
They're probably thinking,
they cannot relate.
They can't relate.
They can't relate to us, you know, whatever we're saying right now.
Gen Z wanasema wanajituma. Wacha nitume.
Sindio? So we'll keep prepare what are the snack ama meal who are like people love the most, especially zenye tunasema hapa where it's not healthy, but like people love.
People love. When you take like example, your smocha like this one, sometimes you can put inside eggs, you can put boiled egg, depending on combination. Fundi unataka kushiba kivipi. You can put egg, and then you can put your samosa. Cut samosa, put inside. Resemble.
Na kusonga sana. Unajua sasa umeweka chapati 2.
Sasa kwa sisi kama majenzi unajituma kujituma. After that unapiga hesabu mili nyingine. Mili nyingine maybe ndani wa njugu ya 10 bob alafu nisukume paka jioni. Yes. So that's how we balance. And then what you like ama ugongoe mayai katikati kachumbari you eat. That's the most people like. Or chapati katakata madondo mix.
I've also seen another variety of an omelette inside the chapati.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's called Rolex.
Yeah.
Rolex,
I think it's called Rolex. So that's also another variety.
Yeah.
Just your egg fried with some little oil with lots of vegetables in it. My hoho, my onions, tomatoes, you know, to try and balance it sort of.
Pia unaweka kachumbari ndani, the Rolex.
You can,
if
you
want.
You
can, yeah.
It adds on to the vegetable content that you're actually going to have.
So we're seeing here that having kachumbari is enough of vegetable. If you cannot find.
If there is no vegetables, and I know this happens in my home when my kids go visiting and you don't have vegetables, they will tell you, you know, mommy says there is no house without tomatoes and onions. So just give us, we cut for ourselves. And it's something that grows into them. So in the event, comrades, you do not have any vegetables and they come in peace, just cut up some tomatoes and onions, you know, try and make a kachumbari out of it. It's better than not having any vegetables at all. But then, because they are raw vegetables, you might need some oil with it, so you can add avocado so that the absorption is actually better. So just don't go chewing your carrots, they have no oil in them, and you're like, hey, I had vegetables. You have the fiber, but maybe you've not used other components.
And oil unamaanisha kama hivi olive oil?
Mafuta yoyote tu.
You
know, if mafuta is put on your kachumbari, for example, you'll not be able from the taste to tell what it is. It's just something that is in our minds. Olive oil is healthy, fine, but how many of us can actually afford it? We're talking about the comrade, right? So, okay, katu mafuta yote, nobody. If you cook for me today, unless it has, I know canola and sunflower have a particular smell and taste.
Ooh, it's heavier.
But the rest, you will not know.
Because even in the hotel, when you cook, you always put a little bit of oil. Even when you garnish, it's even
exactly. So you're able to absorb the nutrients that come with it.
So can you try, does this have oil?
No, this doesn't have oil.
So do we put some, do we make a bit with the oil?
Yes, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
Let's do.
You see, like example like this one.
Yeah.
You put it the way it is.
Yeah.
You just,
and then you
can pass me the oil, please.
Sure.
Kindly.
There you go. You're being handy.
And if you're able to afford olive oil, well, that's the best there can be.
And you just put a little. You see, like this one is like, okay, this is like a half a teaspoon. This is a tablespoon, but that teaspoon. We just mix. You see, example. I don't even can't see the difference.
You won't even notice.
Yeah, you can't even notice. But it becomes prettier. Let me use this plate maybe just to, guys, just to can see. Yeah, to display it.
To see
yes.
better. Yeah.
You see.
And if, like Chef said, if you go to the hotels and they're serving you even the salads, you notice it has some oil.
Yeah.
And while you're in the hotel, you're able to eat that. But when you go home, what really happens?
Hata ujiambii.
Hata ujiambii.
Jambi unasonga sana.
Unasonga tu.
Ninja inakuwa ina.
Now this one is good. This one, you'd find me tasting that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Betty.
No. The chewing process is quite something else. And we're on TV.
It's because they understand. I'm sure they're also salivating. Do you know, by the time we are done, how this will disappear from here in record time? We're just learning to be civilized.
I know.
Civilized people. Mpaka director wangu ananiambia nachoma.
Unaban.
Oh, and the other thing with the smoky, if maybe then we were trying to make it a bit healthy, then the blanching would have been a better option than trying to add some more oil. Yeah, that would have been a better option.
Yeah.
I know it won't taste the same, but when you're looking for sustainability of healthy eating and healthy living, then you want your palate, your tongue to get used to the right thing. If you make it get used to the wrong thing, it will be really difficult to break out from that.
I know,
behavior.
because seriously, like, chef, you cook so many delicious things.
Yeah.
You know, for different people.
Yes.
And things you even love. Like, I know. If I'm cooking some things, okay, I need to be disciplined.
You will be tasting.
Unajipatia discipline, lakini sio
Unajikaza tu, like
unajikaza, like you're cooking, you're like, you mean I'm cooking food that smells, I'm just an amazing chef, like, and you want to start, you know, unaweza kuji encourage. So how do you control from not eating like a crazy person, especially zile vitu zenye unapenda? Yeah, hata mwenyewe you're impressed with your own. Of course, this smells good from you, I know you guys can smell it, but okay.
Yeah, so for me, the best thing I always do, even when I'm cooking for people, I eat earlier. I eat earlier because sometimes when you're cooking and you're craving something, you'll want to taste. Because when you're hungry, every time when you're hungry, just want to. And the weird thing about being hungry, tumbo inanga santi, you want to taste anything, to eat anything, to become full. And the reality, becoming fat, most people think because you're eating a lot, no? Even the tasting, you may taste pork, you may taste beef in the kitchen, you may taste fish. You see, a lot of things. I've tasted the salad and everything. So you think you have taken like something healthy. But in reality, the more you taste, the more you become
And
bigger.
the people who have, like, they really struggle because wanasema wanapikia familia zao, but someone has eaten from that sufuria.
And then they'll go sit down. And it happens a lot. So while you're cooking, you're tasting. And as it says, you're not accounting for everything that you're taking, because put together, calories are calories. Right? Put together, they will account for the overall intake. And then you go sit at the table. You are the person who's cooked. There's no way you're going to bring us food and then you say, Mimi skuli, tutakushuku. So people go, and chef, you're actually amongst the few chefs that I've met that, after all these years of cooking, still look compact.
To be honest, I work out a lot.
Yes.
I work out, eat well. Yes. And sometimes you see, even when you cook, most people always say they are bloated.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of
and
the smell and everything.
Yeah.
Eat well before. Take a lot of water before you start cooking.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. And before we continue, we have some feedback, you know, from our viewers. We'd asked you, of course, your thoughts on healthy eating, you know, fads, what you think about the trends that are there. And we're just so happy that you're able to, of course, talk to us. And I'm saying a couple, if, you know, my colleagues can just, you know, turn that for me a bit so I can be able to, you know, read that better there from Angel. Angel says, in my opinion, it's a mix. Some people are truly dedicated and want to avoid lifestyle diseases, but others just jump on it because it's a trendy, it's trendy on social media, and the presence that influencers put out there as content. Unfortunately, most people soon go back to old habits after some weeks. Angel from Mombasa. That's true. There's a lot of pressure, you know. Mercy here says, for me, it's still a trend. Oh, I beg your pardon. Oh, we're back to Mercy, yes. For me, it's still a trend for most Kenyans. The moment January ends and resolutions fade, people return to nyama choma and sodas. Only a few stay consistent. Mercy from Mercy just uongo. Very true. Patrick says, in my view, it's mostly hype, especially in cities. People want to look cool online, but still eat chips and mandazi when no one is watching. A few are genuinely committed. Patrick at the river. Patrick, hey, observation, clearly. We have another one from John, says, I think people are realizing the importance of health because of rising lifestyle diseases like diabetes and high blood pressure. So for many, it's a serious lifestyle change. John from Machakos. Thank you very much, John. Right, so I mean, it's a very real factor. Watu wanaelewa hizi vitu because they want to be healthy. They want to look and feel good. Lakini, like unaweza piga picha hivi nata, you did nothing in the gym. Maybe mtu anakupatia, you know, the promotion stuff. Like take these things, wear them, but you naturally, your body is just like that. Maybe you can't even run 20 miles.
And 20 is even a lot. I know people who would not go up 2 flights of stairs. And somebody spoke about the influencers and all that. I know everybody's trying to look for money and all that. One of the things that I get when my clients come to see me is, one, they're looking for the doctor. And they're like, it's you. and
judge.
Yeah, one judge, but in a good way.
Yeah.
And once that session is over, most of them have actually told me, had I found somebody who looks close to what I look like, I don't think I would have trusted them. And does it mean I can't be big? I can be big. But then the effort is in, what do I tell my clients to do? Am I able to follow through with that? How difficult is it? Am I able to I take black tea, no sugar added, as a preference. But it started as when I tell my clients to reduce their sugar because they have diabetes, what is it that they go through? Can I be able to go through that? And tell you, it is difficult. It's not the easiest thing to do. But once you overcome it, the moment sugar is added into that tea, you can't actually even consume it. And we are embracing healthy eating. It is a good thing. Let us continue beyond the January resolutions. Let's take little bite-sized changes that you can sustain, as opposed to thinking, oh, my friend said they are going for a hike, or they're going for the Nairobi Marathon. And I see quite some drama during that marathon. Because people, I didn't. I didn't. I usually would go, but for personal reasons now I don't go. But then there are people who, the previous night, they were out drinking, and then they want to go and run half a marathon. Or you will. But that body, you will pay back for all the sins that you have committed, and pay back big time, 5 or 10 times.
Wow.
Then there are also people who will say, I want to lose weight and lose quick. There's something we're calling sarcopenic obesity. Yes, you have lost your weight, but you've also lost muscle with it. The magic number, 40. You reach age 40, you've lost your muscle, you can't be able to recover it as fast as you imagine you would. So then you get into old age and you're flabby, you know, you're fatigued, you can't lift things, you can't even lift your own body, you know, because of sarcopenic obesity, things that you would have avoided. So even though you're not running, you can still do strength training and weight lifting and be good.
Okay, then. So, Chef, what is your advice, you know, to others, because we need to wind up right now. So venye tuna wind up, tafadhali tuambie ungependa kwa advice watu ambao wanapenda vitu vizuri lakini you know,
for me my advice, maybe I can say, discipline start from you personally. Sometimes you work out, sometimes you look at your neighbor. If maybe, for example, I was working out with you, because you stopped, so me I want to stop. No, so discipline start from you, because it's you. You know your goal, you know your body. I always say, people know your body, know your blood group, to know how you are, who are you personally. So it's easier for you to know your discipline, how you want to stay. Because sometimes even social media, let me say, it's always show us the way most people, what you see in social media, that's what we think it's their lifestyle, but it's not.
Okay.
Just know yourself and discipline yourself and eat healthy. Health is good.
All right.
Well, whatever you're doing is for you, is not for social media, and is not for your friends or your family. So do it for your own healthy lifestyle.
Okay, then. Right, and with that, I want to thank my guest, Betty, Chef Manga, for coming, making us this nice, cute smoothie. Remember, once in a while, msizoe sana lakini ni poa. Betty, thank you so much for nutritional advice. You've been watching Amka Vibe Check, and coming up shortly is Tony Wirigi with Trend Talks. Do stay with us. We'll be back with more.